Okay, but as we move on, Robbie Earle, and what you normally think with Arsenal losing, you think, well, Man City now are going to do this
Yeah,
and do that, and
yeah.
they're going to be ahead of the table. And they went to Bournemouth and lost the game 2-1, Rob. I mean, what a league. I mean, I was on last weekend, Rob, and I think I kind of made a comment at some point that how crazy this league and
This
how
Premier
competitive
League,
it is.
yeah.
Maybe this year more than others, Rob. And you know, I'm not going to go crazy and make big statements, but it feels like the top of the Premier League table this season could be a bit open.
Yeah.
Could be a bit open. You know, Pep's moaning about his the amount of players he's got injured there, and even afterwards, it's kind of an excuse. We couldn't live with the intensity of Bournemouth. Bournemouth are a pretty intense team.
Yeah.
And I just find it. I think it's going to be fascinating. So just let me continue on that, Rob, with Pep and his philosophy at Man City. He's always said, I would rather have a small squad and not risk players being fed up, cheesed off. They're not on the team. They're not playing. Pep does not want that at all costs, right?
No.
And the other side of that coin is, and he's admitted that the risk is if I get a lot of injuries, my squad is very, very small. And I think over the last 6, 7, 8, 9 years, Rob, I remember I spend not a lot of time, but I noticed the amount of injuries they don't get at Man City. They've had an astonishing injury record over the last 5 or 6, 7, or 8 years. And that's led to them winning all these trophies. Now, we haven't seen a period of time where they've got 4, 5, 6 out for any length of time.
Yeah.
Maybe now, Rodri, of course, is still out. Jack Grealish is out. Stones is out. Diaz, Oscar Bob, maybe a couple of others I've forgotten there. Maybe some are playing with injuries. That might mean that this Premier League this year, Rob, at the top, could be more open than we've seen it for the last 6 years.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think Pep was trying to make that point. So prior to this game, they won 2-1 at Wolves. It was a tight game. They won 1-0 against Southampton last week when he said Southampton played well. Yeah. And now they've lost 2-1 to Bournemouth. Yeah. And Pep said if the standard of the Premier League is playing against Wolves and Southampton, who were both in the bottom three, he said this league's one of the toughest leagues to win. Yeah. And I think that was his little kind of signal to saying exactly, echoing what you're saying in terms of, listen, Bournemouth used to be, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but Bournemouth was a team that were always going to be fighting in the Premier League just to stay in, and that was their ambition, and generally the bigger boys, more often than not, are going to beat them. This Bournemouth team under Earle is completely different, Rob. I said to Bex, she asked me, where are you with Bournemouth? And I said, there's two things that happen very quickly with Bournemouth. They're a very dangerous outfit to play because of the way they're set up, because of the players they got, the system. The front four, Semenyo, Tavernier, is it Kluivert and Evan Nielsen, is a threat, mate. All four can cause you problems. And the other thing that you have to do now with Bournemouth is go there with respect. Go there with... It's not little Bournemouth. It's not going to Vitality. It's not only 11,000 people there. Because if you go with that mindset and that attitude, they'll run all over you, mate. They'll absolutely take all 3 points. And so, part of the situation with the league is stronger. Better, smarter coaches playing better, smarter football. And if you're not at it, you come unstuck.
Yeah, we've seen that this weekend. Absolutely, Rob. I will go on as we're praising Bournemouth. To my underappreciated, and this guy has been. I've been watching him for quite a while now, pretty closely. The left back, Milos Kerkez, Robbie Earle, 20 years old, just 20, Hungarian footballer. I think he went through AC Milan's academy. I think they had him at a certain age. Yeah. Provided both assists, so now is the time to get him out there as an underappreciated and one to watch. One to watch, maybe more than anything. There was rumours that Arsenal were interested in him, taking him as a left back. I think it was this summer. But Kerkez, if you watch him play, he's one of them that looks really comfy going forward. Really good left foot. 2 crosses in for the goals were really, really good. But defends too. And at 20 years of age, if you just watch the way he plays as well, he's got a little bit of fire in his belly. He's kind of aggressive defender as well. There was moments where you saw his kind of face as celebrating defending pieces as well as his assists for the goals. So, if you look around the league, right, and just before we jumped on the pod, I had a quick look down the kind of top of the Premier League table, looking at their left backs. I don't think there's many better than this guy, right, in the league.
Yeah.
Top 3 or 4 left backs in all of the Premier League, for me. just what I've seen just over recent weeks, where I'm watching him play and taking a closer look at Bournemouth, because I'm like, how are they doing this, Bournemouth? How are they doing it? Because the names on the team sheet is like, they don't look like they. If you showed me that team sheet and said like they're in the bottom 4 of the table, I'd be like, well, the strikers struggle a little bit. Wide players are okay, a little bit inconsistent. The defenders are just, it's obviously it's good coaching,
it's great coaching,
and obviously
the
players are better than what they maybe their names would suggest. And I think Herkes is one of those guys that at the moment is a Bournemouth left back, but I think in the next year or two, he's not going to be a Bournemouth left back. He's going to be a top 4 club, and he's going to be their left back. There's off the top of my head, Manchester United. I mean, Arsenal, I guess Calafiori, but there's
possibly
clubs.
Liverpool in the next year, 18 months. Might be looking. We talked about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
We
He looks
about
like
that.
he looks like a Robertson at his peak. Good going forward, aggressive defender. So
Although
he's 20. He's 20.
I'm sure Bournemouth fans won't be happy with us trying to pair their players up. Because I've got a friend who's a Bournemouth fan, and he's the one he keeps telling me about is Marcus Senesi, the centre-back. Keeps telling me, I'm telling you, he's so underrated. Strong, aggressive, 27 years of age, Argentinian,
he's pushing for first team in Argentina
But this team, and I know through Bill Foley's people, this is an ambitious football club. This is an ambitious owner. He's talking about a new stadium. So they're probably not going to want to sell too many players.
I know. No, I don't.
I hear you. That listen,
I know what you mean. They might not. Yeah, they might have the finances to keep him.
But
they might.
There's quality around that team, and a great win for Bournemouth. It ends Manchester City's long unbeaten run in the Premier League, and get all 3 points to Iriola's men. So.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And if you want even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.